Hi, welcome to the first iOS development tutorials. In this tutorial, we're going to develop very first app and what is required for developing an iOS app. So if you want to develop apps for iPhone, iPad and iPod Touch, then we use iOS development. So we need a Mac computer for this development, and the tools which we'll be using is Xcode and iOS SDK. The programming language that we use for developing apps for iPhone, iPad and iPad Touch is Objective-C language. Now you can download Xcode from App Store. So the link is available, and the Xcode which we are going to use for this tutorial is Xcode version is Xcode 5, and the SDK version, iOS SDK version is 7. And so for this you need to update your Mac OS X to 10.7 version. Now for testing the apps, we are going to use iOS simulator, though you might need to register in the later part with the iOS developer program to test the app in the device and to distribute and publish the app in the App Store. So what are we going to do in the first app? This app is going to print a welcome message along with the name that was typed in a text field. This message will be displayed on the touch event of a button. So what we are going to do is we are going to launch Xcode, and then we are going to create a new project. Then we are going to choose a template for the project, and then we will define some additional options for the project, then specify the location for the project, and we will be saving the project. So let's see this bit. So what we are doing is, so in this case we have a create new Xcode project. Now we need to choose a template for our project. Since this is going to be a single view application, we are going with this single view. Now in the project options, we're going to provide a project name, which is going to be welcome, and then probably you can give a class prefix, and in the organization name we are going to give either the author or the organization name, and company identifier is you can give your company identifier. The product name and the company identifier will form the bundle identifier, and this bundle identifier will be required when you're publishing the app in the App Store. So while registering an app, you will be defining or you'll be entering this bundle identifier. Now the devices section. So now so you're going to create this app for iPhone, or whether it's going to be for iPad, or whether it's going to be for both the devices. That option will be specified here. Yeah. Now you can specify the location where you want to save this project. Now this is going to be your default project screen. So your new project will be created. Let's go back to our so what we saw is we have used the second option, that's the welcome to Xcode screen, and we created a project, and then we had chosen a template, a single view application. Then we entered the options for the project, like the product name, organization name, company identifier, class prefix, and the device for which this app is being created. Next, we specify the location for saving this project, and you got this the first screen, your Xcode workspace. Now what we'll do is we'll see a little bit about the Xcode workspace. So on the right left hand side is we got the navigator area, and then we also have the run button, and the option value will specify whether you want to run this project in a simulator or a device. The center part is called the editor area, where you'll be writing your code and you'll be designing your user interface. And the rightmost area is known as the utility area. In the top of the utility area, you have the editor buttons and the view buttons. Let's go back to our Xcode. So we have got the navigator area on the left hand side, and then we have got the run button. The run button is going to build and then run the project for you. This is the device or the iOS simulator selector. So we have got so many selectors, and so you can choose which selector you want to on which selector you want to run this project. So let's go for iPhone Retina. And on the right hand side we have got the different editors. So if you see, this is the standard editor which is currently shown. Now this is the assistant editor. Then we have got the version editor. So let's go for the standard editor. Now next is this is the default show or hide the navigator, and then we have got the show or hide the debug area, which is available at the bottom. On the right hand side is called the console window, and then we've got the show or hide the utilities area. And what we'll do is we'll just execute this project and see what happens in the simulator. So now the project is getting built, and build is complete. Now it's trying to run the project in a simulator. So it takes a while for the first time. So now you've got the simulator, and you should see a blank screen, as we haven't designed our user interface, or we haven't written any code. So now to stop this, just go to this stop button, and it will finish to stop the app. So now we have seen the Xcode workspace area, so as we covered earlier. So on the left hand side we have got the navigator area, then the top we got the run button, and then we use the simulator or device selector to specify where you want to run this app. The center portion is called the editor area. Then you have got the right hand side you have got the utility area, and top of it you have got the editor button and the view buttons. Next we'll see about the storyboard. So storyboard is a place where you will be defining or designing your user interface. So you've got the canvas, and inside canvas you've got the scene where you will be placing all your controls and other things. And this particular arrow indicates that this is the initial view controller or initial scene indicator. So let's go back to Xcode. So this is what a storyboard looks like. So you've got the scene, the canvas, and the initial indicator. In the next lesson we'll place some controls and we'll try to complete this app. Thank you.